everybody. Welcome to the Nora Seroussi show. Today we're going in a different direction. And I have two lovely young ladies with me. Let me introduce them. Sara,
Hi.
who is in the acting business.
Yes.
And Francisca, who's in the singing business.
Hi. Hi.
Welcome, ladies.
Hi. It's a pleasure to be here.
And
Thank
a big honor for me.
Thank you.
Because it's a big project. We're in a good hands.
Very good
that's
hands.
nice to hear. Thank you.
Yes.
Now, let's give a little background here. So, we met when we were in Dubai.
Yes.
Actually, all three of us, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you got involved with our project, which people are going to be asking about again.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell us a little bit about it without telling too much about it.
Yeah. Well, we are involved right now in a huge international global project, which basically scouts for talents. Talents doesn't mean only singing and acting. It can be photography, it can be fashion. This is looking at different domains of arts and creativity. And the fact that I'm involved in this huge project means so much to me, and it's literally a dream come true. I never imagined that after the course I would just find such a huge opportunity. It's amazing.
Now, actually, Edward and I were talking about it the other day because we're known as the headhunters, but I said,
Yes.
actually, I said, I think we're dream makers. And he says, well,
You are.
that's also a good point. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that. Now, what are you up to and how did you get involved in this?
I told you it's a big honor for me to be involved in this big project because it's my dream. I work for this dream from when I was 5, and I went last year in LA for Hollywood production. That was the first step. Not the first step, the pre-step. You know, it's like a short beginning. But when Edward told me a big notice, hey, I work now with a big, super woman, with Nora Seroussi, and you know, it will be great. It will be a big show, a big concept, a globally concept, and your dream will come true. And after this, you know, firstly, for me, it was like, okay, let's see, we will see. But when I were in Dubai, I realized everything because I sing in a great place, and it was amazing for me to see that, to have that luxury experience. It was great. It was amazing for me, and hope to go in the next place.
Next level.
Yeah, next level.
We will. Okay, they're showing pictures from when we were in Dubai.
Beautiful. This is a preview from what's going to happen in the future. I am going to get an actual Oscar because I'm in very good hands. And I believe that this is the prediction
like
of the future. Soon.
So, I heard you did a course.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
I started an acting course 3 days after my mom passed away. And this course, basically, it was not just an acting course for me, it was more like therapy. Because it helped me a lot to put all of my emotions and all of the feelings and the things that I was going through in that period of my life out there into the scenes, into the scripts, and it gave me, it kept me busy, you know. It was every Sunday, the whole day, and then from Monday to Saturday I would prepare about 5 scripts. So all of my colleagues would choose like 1 or 2 script stops. I would choose about 5 just to keep myself busy throughout the week. This course was with David Lipper. He's an American actor from Hollywood. And he was sent by Ivana Chabak, which is the greatest acting coach in the world right now. And then I got chosen to take part at the masterclass with herself. And I was very excited because to be part of such an amazing masterclass, just to let everyone know, Ivana Chabak is the acting coach of Sylvester Stallone, Halle Berry, Jim Carrey, all of these very, very important people from Hollywood. And the fact that I got the chance to get up on stage and prove to her what I can do and be taught by her and receive compliments from her, and then get chosen as the best female actor from the course is the biggest realization of my life so far. And the fact that Edward discovered me, so to say, when I was on that stage.
I know everything. I was there. Is not a lie.
Oh, you were there? I didn't
Yes, I was there at Ivana Ceabac.
Yeah, I was discovered there. Basically, that's where I met Edward. And
That's such a Hollywood thing, discovered.
I know, right?
But it happens.
It happens, yes. And he told me about that he wanted to make a project, and he was so into it, and he was talking so fast and so much, and I was like, yeah,
we know
it's gonna happen. It's like Hollywood and this and worldwide and global, and I was like, hopefully.
He's the only person I know that talks faster than I do.
Oh my God, yes.
And people are like, oh my gosh.
Yes.
And even in Romanian, for the Romanian people, because, but in English, I'm like,
Faster than everyone.
and I'm one of the few people that can understand when I talk like that back and forth, and people are like, what language are they speaking? English.
Yeah.
Yes.
But he moves fast and he also acts fast.
Yes.
Like he's so spontaneous. Everything happens so fast all the time. I love it.
It has to be like that. We haven't got forever.
Exactly.
I know.
So you
Edward.
saw her in the class, and
and I'm. You told it. I'm singer, and I love music, and I love theater. I love just for my experience, and that course was amazing. Was a lesson. Was like a lesson. Was like a life advices. Was like a psychologic. Was for yourself.
Yeah, it was like therapy. Like everyone that was
Like
there,
therapy.
even if they were not on the stage and they were just watching us, I'm sure that they learned a lot of things about life in general. Because acting is a lot about taking experiences from your own life and dealing with them, basically. It's not just faking an emotion. It's actually taking an actual emotion from your real life and putting it out there into a scene. So I'm sure that everyone got something to learn, even if they were not there for the acting itself.
Yeah.
I want to tell you something from a little bit more experience and watching. You can feel and you can see when someone's it's not there, and you don't feel it emotionally. You don't make a connection.
Yes.
And sometimes I watch and think, I'm not buying this connection, this relationship at all. And other times it's so real, you're like, my God, are they really married in real life?
Yes.
You can feel it, you can smell it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's true.
And that's why they call it the training, and you have to follow certain steps to get to that point.
Yes, yes. Ivana has a whole different technique from what other acting coaches do. That's why she's so famous and so popular, because she created her own technique from her own personal experiences.
Excellent. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
How did you know from such a young age what you wanted to do?
It's not so. This is not so. Help me, Sara. Help me.
It was not.
When did you discover you could sing?
Maybe in the shower.
I didn't discover. I was born with this gift. I think I was born with this gift. But I started to sing when I was 5. For me, it was just like a joke, just like I was so young, and my mother wanted to make me to help me to make something to
So she was supportive.
Yes,
She wanted you to follow
support
this dream.
me, and I knew it every song from radio. From that time, I sing everywhere, in the shower, in the kitchen, everywhere. And my mother, okay, you should sing. Let's sing, girl. In that moment, I started to sing. And I was at many contests, international contests. I was also at one famous a famous show, but I think I cannot say the name here.
I don't know. Not, but
Yeah, it's a famous format in every country, and that was the big step for me in television, for everybody, because everybody saw me every day at TV shows, and okay, you are that girl from TV, yeah, okay, you sing at last, you sing that song, okay, great. That was the big step for me, and that was the beginning.
I have to say something.
Yeah.
When we were in Dubai and we were in the restaurant, and you got up to sing, because I'd never heard you sing.
Yeah, me neither. It was the first time
And
for
you
me.
shocked me.
Really?
And you blew me away, because you're so little and this big voice came out. I was like, oh my God. And I was like, Edward, she can sing.
That's why I wear every time high heels, because I'm too little.
I know, I noticed that you do wear the very high heels, and because I said, I'm the one feeling really you look at that, you and I are the shortest people.
Yeah.
Actually, and somebody said that to me. I said, oh, leave me alone. I can't wear heels anymore. But I had such a pleasant surprise, I want to say. Pleasant. Because, this one says, I can do this, and when you actually see they can, and there is that one song that I love, that I want to help her put out this summer, because I think it's amazing.
Yes, it is.
And that's, I have to say, I was like, wow. So, because, I hear a lot, I can do this, and are you an actor that sings, are you a singer that acts? I can do both, I can do this. Not everybody can do that. It's a gift what you have.
Yes, I know.
And we have to share. You have to share
blessed.
it. You have to share it with the world. I'm not kidding.
Yes.
You were there.
Yes, I was. It was also the first time for me to hear her sing, and I was like, wow, that is a beautiful voice, and it should be heard by everyone around the world. It should, really.
Thank you, thank you. So also in Dubai, we take some shoots for my next video, which I hope to be globally in next future. No, right?
That was the one on the boat.
Yeah, that one.
On the yacht,
that one.
Yeah. I remember that well.
Yeah. But also I like to sing covers. I like to sing songs from Etta James. She's my favorite. Yes. And I like very much jazz and blues music. It's my first love. My first love, and I will sing jazz and blues my whole life.
Nice. But how did you focus on that field? You went through everything and said, this is what I want to, this is the kind of music I want to sing? Did somebody else steer you in that direction, or did you pick it yourself?
Jazz and blues, it's just for my heart, for my soul. Yeah. Because I think, okay, I like jazz and blues, but now it's not so commercial. And
unfortunately,
the commercial, it's very important for TV shows, for music, for everything, for everybody, clothing, everything is commercial now. And also I like Latino music. I love Latino music, and I think I'm right. I'm okay to sing this kind of music. I love to sing this kind of music because everybody want to dance. Nobody can stay down, and it's I love to see happy people around me.
I've heard you sing both, and I have to say the Latino song that she sang.
Really?
Well, I told you, it blew my mind.
Yes.
I was like, oh my goodness.
Yes.
And I was like, all right, now we really have to do something about it.
But Latino also suits you very well from like your physique point of view and everything.
Thank you.
Suits you.
Thank you. I didn't
You
want
are made
to
for
say
Latino.
it because it's not okay to say this about yourself.
I said
but
it's for you. It's okay.
Yes.
We were there. We saw it. You got up, you took the microphone. I was like, oh, it just happened.
She was wearing this red
Red
flowy
dress, this red
like
flowy
this
dress.
very
She did the thing.
Latino.
I was like,
I loved it.
Interesting.
I love to sing everywhere with everybody, with every kind of music. I love music, every kind of music. I love rock, I love R&B, I love blues, I love jazz. I love music because all the
It's
music
life.
is beautiful. Yes, it's life.
I can't live without music.
Yes.
I cannot. I have to have music every day, all day. And I will tell you something. When I realized how important it is I think you know my father passed away last year, right? And you're not supposed to listen to music. And I didn't for a long time. And I really was struggling with it. And then I realized, my God, music is life for me.
It
and
is.
you know, I'm already suffering enough, and I just couldn't do it anymore. I put the music, and it started to bring me back because I had a very bad period.
Yes.
Music is
Some
like a
people
doctor.
don't need music. Some people can live without it. I personally cannot.
Same.
My husband. Oh my God.
I'm sure he's like, okay, now. Well, he's lucky. He gets to hear you sing, but he's probably going, okay, it's enough.
Enough is enough.
Everybody said this, but this is enough for me because I sing every time in the shower. It's
He
too much
he
for
knows
him.
he married a single, right?
Yes, he knows. But
Okay, so he
love
knows
it.
what's coming, right?
Yes, but he love it. He
That's
love
good.
it.
Now, I want to hear about your direction. One thing I like is that you're very focused, which is very important. There are a lot of young people that, you know, oh, I want this, and it's all very abstract. Abstract is not going to get you anywhere in the end,
True.
okay? Talk about your aspirations.
So, to be honest, I have a very huge advantage because I'm fluent in 3 languages, which is Arabic, and I know more than 1 dialect in Arabic because there are different dialects, English and Romanian. So from this point of view, as an actor, I consider myself very lucky because I could go on all 3 branches. I could go to the Middle East, I could go Hollywood, and I could go here local. Right now, I'm focusing the most, honestly, on the Middle East because that's where I come from, actually. And I've always had a thing for the Syrian series because they just send out really important messages. And whenever I want to have a role, I want to have an actual role that after the people watch that series and my role, they get inspired or they learn a lesson from it. And that's very important for me as an actor. I want to deliver something more than just an emotion. I want to maybe deliver a change to other people or deliver, I don't know, but something to remember me as that character. So I would prefer the Middle East and Hollywood more than here locally, honestly, right now at this point.
At this point, but you have to do sometimes some things here to, you know,
Yes.
build up a tape
Yes.
and exposure.
If I would get a good opportunity with a good role here, I would accept it, because why not? But I would prefer outside.
Well, everybody prefers outside, sweetheart.
Okay.
But no, what
Me
she
too.
said is interesting
Yes.
because as far as when people attain a certain level, the young people look up to them and you
Yes.
become a role model.
Yes.
And you have to be prepared to assume the responsibility for that.
Yes, it's very hard, because most of the people that look up to you and the fan base, so to say, are teenagers or even younger than that. So it's very important for them to see, even in a negative character, if I would have a negative character, they should see that it is not okay to be like that. So it is a huge responsibility. It is. Really.
I think people don't realize. They read the magazines, they see what's going on, and it does affect the young kids.
Yes.
It can be very positive, or it can be very negative.
Yeah.
I would prefer not to show my young one, you know, things with a lot of drugs and a lot of
Yes.
violence. I prefer not to because he'll see that as he gets older and he'll learn about it. You just need to read the newspaper,
True.
see what's going on every day. It's enough to depress you. So we want to try and put them in a, you know, encourage them in the right direction and in a positive light.
Yes.
And to say, this is what you can do in the future. And it doesn't have to be all, some of the movies for the kids are dark.
Yes.
By the way, I
Very
didn't
Yeah,
know this
I knew it.
until I had a child.
Yes, very dark.
I have
Oh my
a little
goodness.
brother. I know. I know everything
She's got
about
young ones too,
children.
and the nursery rhymes, terrible.
Yes.
Have you listened to the words?
Yes.
On each one, I was horrified. Then you watch some of the movies, the kids' movies, like what we grew up with. At that time, nobody, I think, paid attention. I sit and I watch the movie, and I'm like, good grief, we cannot show this. I said to my friend Bonnie, who I want to do something with in LA, I want to make something wholesome.
Yes.
That the kids can see there's like no violence and no nasty talk and no this and no one's trying to, you know, push somebody or punish somebody.
But right
It's
now
terrible.
you cannot find something like that.
Yes.
It's terrible.
You cannot find something like that.
And I never realized it until I started going to the movie theater with him.
Yes.
And I was very disappointed. And I mean, they're making hundreds of millions, billions, and some of this, okay, now he's older, he can watch some of the other stuff. But when he was young, I said, I looked at him and I said to him, I don't want to watch this one. I don't want to name it because I don't want to get sued. I had nightmares. And I was like, I can never let you watch this. And they asked me what happened to the DVD. I said it broke. I had to, because I said, well, you're not watching this again. It's so disturbing.
Yes.
These are young minds and you want to form them in the right way. Yeah. I don't want to give them something that is like hysterical, terrible. I was really so upset.
They're very dark nowadays.
Awful, awful.
I know.
And I'm really, that's why I said I will get in at the other end where I can make the stuff that, you know, when you have control, you can then give what you want. Because if you tell other people, okay, you have to pay for it, basically.
Yeah.
And then to say, this is what I want to make, and I want to make it positive, and I want that, you know, people feel great when they come out. I mean, there are some movies you come out and, okay, the 3D with the ones going up and down like this, I cannot watch. I tell them, go with somebody else, because for me, I come out and I'm dizzy. In my day growing up, we had the 3D with the paper, and it's like cellophane, and it didn't work then. And now you have proper glasses, and so sometimes if it's something I don't want to watch, I put them on, and he goes, Mommy, you're sleeping. I'm like, I'm watching the movie, I'm watching the movie. But if it's something that I don't want to see, I just, you know, I put the glasses on and I pretend like I'm not watching it all.
Yeah.
But we have to, this is shaping the future. So what I wanted to talk about is the responsibility, because there are young girls that are going to watch you.
Yes, yes.
And they're going to say, okay, so how did she get there? What did she do? We have to teach them the proper steps.
Yes.
Like every big artist from the world, from like Beyonce, like Rihanna, like J-Lo, like every artist, they're like a model for every kid. Every girl, every young girl who stay like this in the front of TV, watch to Rihanna and, okay, I want to be like Rihanna. Also me, okay, I want to be like Beyonce.
Everybody
it's not
wants
so
to be
wrong.
like
It's not so wrong. I want to be like Beyonce, but you should search for your own identity, and you should search for the good things. Okay, Beyonce, what kind of thing it's good from Beyonce? It's good because she's beautiful. It's good because her voice is amazing. It's good because she wears
empowerment.
Yes, yes.
Messages.
This is good, and the messages. Okay, it's good, but you know, it depends. Every kid is different.
Kids don't understand that the role models, their artists, they don't have the same age.
Yeah.
So they want to copy their artists, but it's not the right time to do that.
Look like Miley Cyrus, because Miley Cyrus make some TV shows from
For children, yeah.
For children, yeah. And after she
grew up
different, grew up,
and then she made her own direction.
Yeah.
I actually admire that. I do, because she.
Aggressive.
There was a whole bunch of them, and they all went in different directions, and they found what was their niche.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is very important, that somebody finds their niche, because I don't think, actually, I respect that about artists when they figure out what they can sing.
Yeah.
And they continue in that direction, because not everybody, you can sing this and then go to country music and then go to something else.
Yeah.
You know, stick to what you know and do it well. That's what my daddy always taught me.
Yeah.
Yeah. You cannot do everything perfectly. It's important to do one thing, but perfect.
Yes.
Do it properly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
do it properly.
That's what I always say.
Yeah.
So do it, either do it properly
Or don't.
or don't do it at all. Oh,
Yeah.
you've heard that before, haven't
Exactly.
you? Oh, gee, I wonder where you heard that.
I wonder.
And how
where.
many times. But that's the truth. Because if you, first of all, if you do something half-heartedly, okay?
Yeah.
people will feel it. And if you're going to do something, put your heart in it. Put your soul in it, because it comes across. When you sang, you were singing from your gut and you could feel it, and that's why it was a pleasure.
Yes.
For the audience to watch it.
I could feel the passion. Really.
Yes. You can if a man or a girl, it's passion about his or her job, or if he doesn't like this one. Yes, and the music, it's so transparent, it's so clear, you can see clearly, like in acting, it's the same thing. You can see clearly if they're true or not so true.
Music, especially.
Yeah.
Because you can watch somebody, I've been to many concerts in my life, and seen all kinds of, and most of them that you probably would have heard of when I was lucky to see where I was growing up. And when first they love what they're doing, so it's not a job.
Yeah.
Okay? And when you go and you feel that they're enjoying it so much, you enjoy it so much.
Yes.
Everybody, it's a win-win situation. Everybody's so happy. They come off the stage and they're drenched and they're happy, and the audience comes out euphoric.
Yeah.
And if you see, because I have been to a few, and I don't need to name the artist, but it was not fun. And I'll tell you why. We actually had first row seats. It was terrible. And she just sat like this, and we sat the whole night like this, and she didn't move. And we came out of there, and I was like this for 2 days, and I didn't feel anything. And then I've been to other concerts where they have just bounced around, and you just follow them, and they're like, and I've seen the same artist now like 3 times. That's something.
Yeah.
Because she's so amazing to watch, all right? It was actually the Celine Dion show that I saw in London, and it was, wow, back and forth and up and down. And you come out, and you know what for me is always the scale to judge it? I'll go home and listen to it again.
Yes, I do the same thing.
Because the other artists that I had been to, the things I never, ever listened to the CD again, because I didn't find the show interesting. Now maybe I'm a harsh critic, I'm not a music critic, but I've grown up with all kinds of music. And not only English, I grew up with, we had everything at home, Arabic, Greek, Spanish, Hebrew, Turkish, all kinds of music. So I love music. It's very important in my life.
But the best critic for music, it's the public.
Yes.
Yes, not the musicians, not me, because I'm subjective. You know, I make music. For me, it's familiar, and it's not so objective. For you, it's true. For you, it's
I'm
clearly.
saying from, let's say, an observer's point of view.
Yeah.
I watch you sing, and I love it because I feel that you love it.
That's nice, thank you.
But it's true. I've seen artists that, you know, they're I'm like, okay, and it's like, well, I didn't. And then you know other people, and you make people want to get up and dance, and that's life. It's really. I wish I could do something like that, but it's not going to happen.
You know, I'm.
It's never too late.
I'm feeling lucky because music is the perfect job, because it's not a job. Music, it's not a job.
I can
Music
say the
is
same
life.
about acting.
Yes, I work, but I don't work. For me, it's so easy to make music and to sing. It's normally, it's like you woke up in the morning and drink some coffee or something like that. This is music for me. This is normally. This is life for me, and I cannot see my life without music. Also in the future, I want to go to America and to conquer the world.
Wants to go to America and conquer the world.
This sounds like I think you're reading the same book.
Yes.
All right, so I feel that when I've seen her sing. I haven't seen you do anything, to be honest, but I will. I know we have something coming up in the next few months. People feel it, they sense it, they smell it. And the person who figures that out can make a difference when they get out there, because I spent a lot of time in Hollywood. I saw a lot of things, you know? The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yes.
And it's actually a different time now. You're actually in a very good time, because let's say 30 years ago it was very difficult, and they had all that, when they had that whole Me Too movement, that's exactly what was going on. I can tell you honestly. And also because I had dark hair, very exotic, and you have this look and da-da-da. Now it's so open. Because of the artists, some of them, what you've named, it's open to a whole new category that couldn't do it before, which is very important for the youth of today to be able to look at you and say, oh, look, somebody who looks, like me.
They can
somebody
relate
looks
to
like
it.
me.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not just the stereotype, the typical that you would expect, because that's what I grew up with. That was a bit unfortunate at that time because that's all people saw. It's amazing for me to watch what's going on
The
today.
diversity.
It's amazing. It's super.
Yeah.
And I'm so pleased about it. Because it can take you, as you said, in different directions. And the fact that you are multilingual will help a lot.
Yeah. I'm very lucky to be in this time right now because, yes, before it was very, very hard.
That was awful.
Yeah. But thank God I'm in here, 2019. It's good.
So suppose somebody calls you tomorrow from Hollywood.
Oh, I would love that.
What's the plan? Have you thought that? I mean, have you thought that far ahead?
I have thought that far ahead. Just like you said, I'm a very focused person and I know what I want. And I'm not, I will not take just any role. Like I am, and I want to go after my dream, but not on any circumstances. So if I would get a call from Hollywood right now or tomorrow, and it would be something suitable for me and for what I want to show out, then yes, I would definitely say yes. But not anything. So not just because I want to get to Hollywood, I would accept just anything. I have some principles, I have some boundaries, and I have some things that I can say yes to and some things that I can say no to.
I had that principle, I had that rule. And I said, I will, I'm comfortable with myself. I was very comfortable with my body, but I said, I prefer not to do nudity.
Of course.
Why not? I said, because I want something my mother, my father, and my grandmother can see.
Yeah.
Call me silly.
Yeah.
I said, so I went to one audition and the guy looks at me, he asked me really stupid questions. He says, are you ashamed of your body? I said, look at the way I dressed. I hardly think that I look like I'm ashamed. Are you like this? Are you like this? I was like, what is this? I was like, no, but it's just that I don't feel it's, necessary that I have to share it with the world. When I'm ready, I'll let you know.
Yeah. And
this happened a lot. And I'm very clear, and they shoot with a long lens. And I looked at the guy like, do I look that stupid to you?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't care how they shoot it. No, thank you. You know how much money? It was a big shot there. And it was a lot of money, okay? But it was a matter of then, am I compromising my principles?
Yes.
And basically I said, thank you very much, it's not for me, I'm sure you'll find something else. Because I learned from one audition I went to, I must say, maybe there's 100 girls there. And I had asked, is it like this? Like this? Okay. I drove all the way to the valley. I waited, I went in. And the first thing he says, take off your top. And I was like, what? Excuse me? I said, for what? I said, thank you very much. So to their bad luck, I think I was the second or third in. And I went out and I said, ladies, get ready to take off. But let's say 90 of the women left, 10 will stay. And this is what they count on.
Yeah.
And I was like, how do you like that? So I probably did them a favor by getting rid of all the people like me who will say no. And I said, I just don't feel comfortable. I want to do work and I want to feel proud of it. And I want, because in my mind, I also consider myself that if I'm a role model, it doesn't necessarily, it's fine. Everybody does what they're comfortable with.
Exactly.
I personally was not comfortable with it. And I said, thank you very much.
I would not be comfortable with that.
It's not what I'm looking for. If she wants to go do it tomorrow and do a Playboy spread, bravo. Go for it, but it's not what I feel comfortable with.
Yes, and the people later will appreciate your personality, your real personality. If you don't accept something for a lot of money or something like that, people will appreciate later.
Yeah.
This.
There are some people that maybe they think that's their only opportunity and they should take it and hold on to it, but from life, even if I'm only 22, I've learned that sometimes you can say no to things and there's something even better coming. And I've actually learned that from experience. I have said no to some things.
I want to hear this now.
Well, I have said no to some things, and here I am now. Maybe if I would have accepted something else, I wouldn't have been in this amazing project right now, which is way more important than the thing that I could have said yes to, and it would not be according to my principles.
Yeah.
Back then, it was depressing. I was like, oh my God, this is my dream. I'm losing my dream.
And if you accept everything, everywhere, every time, everything, people will never know you,
what
the
you're
real
really
you,
capable of.
Yeah.
the real you. If you accept everything, like just for be everywhere, just to do something, to keep.
You have to be selective.
Yes.
You have to be selective.
It's very important to say no and to say yes when.
I want
It's
to
okay
ask you
to
a
say.
question. What is the hardest word in any language?
Hardest word in any. No.
Exactly.
No.
That's what I thought. I said,
No.
once you learn how to say no, it's very easy.
Yeah.
Because there's so many yes people in that, and especially in somewhere like a town like Hollywood where everybody, no. And when sometimes they're really, what do you mean no?
Yeah. Yeah. Because everyone's
I don't
so,
have to, I don't have, I'm not prepared to do this, and I'm not going to sell my soul to do that.
Yes.
And when I hear all this stuff now, none of it surprises me. None. And I could, talk about other things too, but there's no point because we know exactly how it was. It's much better now. It's much more diverse now. They are putting inclusion riders that everybody should be included, in a film, in a show, which I'm so thrilled about. But ladies, we have to show them. And if everybody, do this, do this, do this. No, I was very clear, and there were certain things, sure, that I'd love to do. And other things, no way.
No. Yeah.
Convictions.
So I think it's very important to also work with the right people and to
Yes.
meet the right people. Like,
Voila.
for example, in this industry that we're into, both of us, it is very important to find a good manager, the good producer, because people know that you are so obsessed with following your dream and getting to where you are that they will take advantage of that. So I think it's really a blessing, the fact that I got to find Mr. Edward got to find me and you also, because it's very rare to find people like that right now that really just want to help you and not take anything from you or take advantage of you.
Yes, with a
really.
huge experience and true, like you and Edward. True. Yes,
The super team, really.
Listen,
this is true.
it's really, we talked about this last week, I mentioned with girls. I believe in women, empowering women, and I will keep saying it, always, okay, to whoever's listening. If we don't take care of each other, who will?
Exactly.
Okay?
That's right. Yes.
We love the men, and they are, wonderful companions, and they can help it. Women have to stand up for other women, number one. It has to be a team, okay? And we have to cover each other.
Yeah.
Without that, we don't have a support system, because I can tell you, there are so many instances that I see that a woman, no, I'm very lucky with all the friends I have, the lady friends, they're all strong and they're powerful, and I know I can count on them.
Yes.
Yes.
Whereas some of the men, I actually don't know what would happen. And that's a bit scary, so I prefer not to put myself in that line of fire where I have to worry about it. I need to know that I'm on solid ground.
Yeah.
And I don't remember who told me when I came and they said, "Oh, Miss Nora, I'm so glad you're here." And I said, "Oh, I'm happy that everybody's happy, because to have a strong female influence, which I think I am,
Yes.
to a certain extent, is very important, especially for the younger people, because sometimes I see them making mistakes, and I see them going down the road, be it with drink, be it with drugs, It's not a healthy choice.
Yeah.
It's not a good idea. I have seen, it's funny, we were talking about earlier today, and we were talking about the drug scene when I was growing up, and it was so available everywhere. And I said to a friend of mine, I said, I couldn't get involved in it because what happened, I was sitting at a dinner in Manhattan Beach with a friend of mine. And we had a lovely dinner, it was beautiful, it was wine. And then they started doing some stuff, and I saw people change in front of me, and it freaked me out. And I was like, oh my God. And I said, I don't want to have something like that control me.
Yes.
It scared me, and it frightened me, and I was, because I'd never actually seen it right in front of me, that the most normal people went a little bit crazy in like an hour or 2 hours, and I said, thank you very much, I'm leaving. I took my car and I went home. It was that simple. But you know, that's where I feel it's my responsibility if I'm with somebody. I say, listen, you know, we went through the list of all the artists that have had the OD, have overdosed, and they're young, and I think, didn't they have anyone next to them to tell them, you're heading down the wrong path. You're so talented. You guys, it's a gift.
Yeah.
And you're throwing it away. And there are people that will give their eye teeth to be able to do it. And I see you heading in such a destructive path, and then you read about it. And I can't say I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm so surprised, because we saw it coming.
Yeah.
And that's, for me, it's very scary. So I think it's important that, you know, you young ladies hopefully have somewhere in future also to have, you know, people you can work with, people to look up to, people that will lead you, because especially in a town like LA where everything is available, okay? And they will say, oh, no, and this is actually one of the toughest things, and that's why I say, learn how to say no. Because once you learn how to say no, it makes your life, you know, because there's so many yes people, and it's like, the guy goes like this, come here. He's sitting around with all these girls, and I was like, and I said, you come here. He's like, oh. And he says, don't you want to do that? I says, no. I said, no, thank you, it's not interesting for me. And because I'm so strong-minded and stubborn, or call it whatever you want, it's not interesting for me, because it scares me when I see how people start acting nuts. I want to run away, I don't want to get involved.
Yeah.
I want to go the other direction, because I like to live longer and save myself. And it, by the way, it does show on the skin later,
Of course.
ladies, because I've seen some of the people, and like from far they look good, and then you get closer and go, oh my goodness, and I'm like, okay, so you know, it's not, it's.
Yeah, I think that whenever someone hears that you want to go into this industry, that's the first thing they think about. They're like, oh my God, you're going in that industry, that happens, and this happens, and they kind of get scared. But I think that it all depends on you as a person.
Depends on the personality.
Yes, that is not what the industry is about. The industry is about
industry,
art.
and anybody will try and.
Exactly.
It depends on, because it's a tough business, and you have to be able to accept rejection, and somebody will tell you you're to this, you're to this, you're to this, you look like this, you're to. Okay, and you have to. That's why we were talking about finding your niche, and you stick to it. You understand?
Yeah.
And that way, if you're comfortable, people feel when you're comfortable in your skin. They can feel when somebody's not comfortable. I can just look at somebody and say, all right, let's see, and after a few words, and a few comments, then we see where we're going, and then can they do it? Will they survive? Because it's a tough industry. Your industry is not easy. There's 10 million other people want to have hit songs out there.
Yeah.
And there are 10 million other girls that want to get an Oscar too. So you have to show what makes you different. What have you got to offer that's different to everybody else? That's the question.
Yes.
Answer it.
I knew it.
That was a rhetorical question, though. We are going to have to wrap up, but give me just a quick answer. What makes you so different?
The fact that I'm very selective, and the fact that I know what I want, and the fact that I can actually put my heart out into my work as an artist. I'm not a painter, but I paint with my emotions.
Nice. What makes you so different?
I'm different because when I sing, you can see me clearly. You can see the real Francisca. You can see my feelings. If I'm sad now, if I'm sad, if I'm happy or I'm sad, you can see everything. I'm honest with my public, and I'm different because music is not just a job. It's not about money. It's not about fame for me, because music, it's a reason for live and for fight every day with everyone, and to dream and to go ahead, to go straight to make this dream to be true.
Yeah.
That's why I'm different. That's why, because I'm me.
Exactly.
Because I'm
We're
me, because
different
I sing
because
like
we're
me.
ourselves.
You're selling yourself.
Exactly.
Yes, I'm not selling lies or just a commercial girl. No, this is me. This is real me.
Thank you, ladies, for joining me.
Thank you for having us. It was a
And
pleasure.
good night to you all.